Hi, I'm going to give a little oryoki demonstration. This is the way we do it in our lineage, the Kensei lineage. So it might be a little different if you're from a different lineage, but if you're from the Kensei lineage, and especially if you're new, you might find it helpful. And here we go. This is the oryoki set. We've entered the zendo and I've placed it in front of me. And let's see. The chant-master will start and we'll follow along, usually in Gasho. Buddha was born at Kapilavastu, enlightened at Magadha, taught at Paranasi, entered nirvana at Kusinagara. Now I open Buddha Tathagata's eating bowls. May we be relieved from self-clinging with all sentient beings. Clack, clack. And then we've lifted the bowl up to our forehead, and now we're going to open it. And we'll take our napkin and our utensils, and we'll turn them counterclockwise and place them right down in front of us. And then we'll lift up our napkin. There's the top corner, and we'll hold that with our right hand, and then the corner right underneath it we'll hold with our left hand, and we'll just pull it and place it in front of us. And if that happened correctly, there should be a little line down in front of you, a little crease. And now we'll open the rest of our bowls. So I'm folding it so that it's rectangular with a little corner sticking out of each end, like that. I don't know if you can see the corners on this. And if you're a monk, you have all these extra bowls that I'm going to place off to the side. You'll lift up all your bowls, you'll place them off to the left, and as silently as you can is how we deal with our oryoki set. And we're going to just look around and make sure we're keeping up with everybody. So we try to be fast and silent. And we have our utensils with our setsu on top, our spatula, and we'll flip that like that, and pushing it against my ribs, I'll slide everything down so that the chopsticks and the spoon inside will come out like that. And then I'll hold this and I'll pull this side, and then I'll fold it 3 times. I don't know if you can see that. So it's folded like that, and then I'll pull out the chopsticks and I'll place those right in front. And I don't know if you can see behind the bowl how they're right touching the edge. And then I'll do the same with the spoon. I'll pull the spoon out and then I'll place that between the chopsticks and myself and have it also touch the edge. And then I'll hold the setsu like this with my thumb underneath and just pull it out and place it right between the 2 smallest bowls. And the tip is sticking out just maybe 1.5 inches off the edge of the tablecloth. And then I'll take this setsu holder, the utensil holder, and I'll place that right in front of me underneath my napkin. I just lay it flat there. Let's see. And then we have a little more chanting. And the chant leader will start. In the midst of the three treasures with all sentient beings, let us recite the names of Buddha. And we'll all chant together in Gasho. Pure Dharmakaya, Vairochana, Buddha. And the servers will start to come in the zendo, and they'll start to serve us. Complete Sambhogakaya, Vairochana, Buddha. Numerous Nirmanakaya, Shakyamuni, Buddhas. Future Maitreya, Buddha. All Buddhas throughout space and time, Mahayana, Sadharma, Pundarika, Sutra, Great Manjushri, Bodhisattva, Mahayana, Samantabhadra, Bodhisattva, Great Avalokiteshvara, Bodhisattva, all Bodhisattva, Mahasattvas, Mahaprajna Paramita. Click, click. Now while the server's coming, we will lift our bowls towards the server, and the server will scoop in with a spoon. And then to signal that we've had enough, we'll just raise our hand just like this. And then if the two of us will be at the same time in Gasho, so we'll bow to the servers, and they'll bow to us, and they'll come down with the bowls, and then we'll lift our bowl one at a time, and then to signal that we've had enough. And then if we're the first person being served, while the next person's being served, we'll hold this towards us and cover it with our hands, and then bow. Or rather, I said that wrong. If we're the last person that was served, then we'll do that while the server is bowing. But if we're the first person, we'll have the opportunity to put our bowl down, and then we'll gasho and bow to the server as the server stands up. And then, let's see what happens next. So, at breakfast, the chant-master will chant something. And at lunch, the chant-master will chant something. And after we've all been served, we'll all go into gasho again. And before we eat, we'll all chant together. First 72 labors brought us this food, and we're in gasho. And then the second line, we're in shashu, which is over our solar plexus. And we'll give a bow. We should know how it comes to us. Second, as we receive this offering, and now we're in our sitting mudra. Now, second, as we receive this offering, we should consider our virtue and practice deserve it. Third, as we desire the natural order of mind to be free from clinging, we must be free from greed. Fourth, to support our life, we take this food. Fifth, to attain our way, we take this food. If we're at lunch at this time, we'll go in gasho. All those of the spiritual worlds, and we'll take a little piece, a little morsel, and we'll offer it up to our forehead. Now I give you this offering, and we'll place it right on the very end of our setsu. I don't know if you can see that. Right on the very end, we'll put a little piece of food. Now I give you this offering. This food will pervade, what does it say? This food will pervade everywhere, and then we'll chant some more. First, this food is for the three treasures, and we'll take our spoon and place our spoon at the 12 o'clock position in our big bowl. Second, it is for our teachers, parents, nation, and all sentient beings, and we'll take our chopsticks and we'll place them on our second bowl at 11 o'clock and 4 o'clock. More or less. Third, it is for all beings in the 6 worlds. Thus we eat this food with everyone, and we take our first bowl and we hold it up to our forehead. This food will pervade everywhere. Oh, wait a second, I'm doing this wrong. First, this food is for the three treasures. I said all that. This for Thus we eat this food with everyone. We eat to stop all evil, to practice good, to save all sentient beings, and to accomplish our Buddha way. Clack, clack. And then we'll start eating. In the first couple of bites, take from the 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock position and feed yourself as if you're feeding the Buddha, like that, okay? And I'll place it down. And there's a link to the chants, so you can get the correct version of the chants. And then we'll eat from our second bowl. And we'll eat from our third bowl, well, unless it's soup, and then we'll just drink it like this. And put it down. And while we're using our utensils, we'll keep them in the bowls. And if we're done with the utensil, we'll lick it off like this. And then we'll place it on the opposite side, next to the, right next to the edge. But we're all eating together, and it's like that. And then the servers will come around and offer seconds, and as they offer seconds, if they have something that you'd like, you go in gasho to indicate that you'd like more of their bowl. And again, they'll stop between you and your partner, and then or just at you rather, and then you'll bow. And then you'll say, I'd like some seconds. And then to indicate that you've had enough, you'll lift up. And then you'll bow to them as they bow to you. And then you'll finish your food and look around and see how everybody else is doing and try to keep up with them. And then, when you're done, the leader, try to keep an eye on the leader, and then the leader will make a bow and then go to the chopsticks, and then again clean those off by licking them off and then placing them down here. And then when you're ready to do the spoon, you'll lift up the setsu and you'll put it with the spoon, and then with the same hand you'll take the spoon, and then you'll also cover that and clean that off, and then put that upside down so the bowl is shaped downwards, and you'll put that also right between you and the chopsticks, right to the edge. And then you'll clean the Buddha bowl, and when you clean the Buddha bowl, you hold it closely to you, and you'll scrape off the food remnants, and then lick, the edge of your setsu, and scrape, lick, and then put that down, and proceed with your next bowls. And these you can leave here, and try to do it as silently as you can. The more silent, the more impressed everyone will be. And then, now you have 3 bowls, big, medium, and small. And then at a certain point, again, look around, try to keep up with the leader. The leader will usually be seated close to the altar on the left-hand side of the altar. So if you were looking, it would appear on the right-hand side of the altar. And then let's see if there's what the next chants are. And then the water will come up, and then again you'll bow to the server carrying the water, and then you'll lift up your bowl and you'll hold it out, and the hold it sturdy, and then the person will pour water in. And to indicate that you have enough, just raise your setsu. And then you can place that down and then go in gasho while your partner's being served water. Or if you're the second person, you've received your water and you indicate that you've had enough, and then you'll just hold this close to you like that and then bow. And then again, when you're cleaning your bowl, your Buddha bowl, you'll do so very close to you, holding it against you. And then, so you've cleaned your Buddha bowl, and then you'll pour the water into your second bowl, like that. And this is how you're holding your setsu in the bowl, like that. So you'll pour it like that. And that's why you won't take too much water. If you fill up your Buddha bowl, you'll overflow your other bowls. And the Buddha bowl you don't touch with your lips. You can drink out of, your second bowl, or you can drink out of your third bowl, but the Buddha bowl we don't drink out of. Okay? So you have your Buddha bowl and it's been all cleaned. So now you're going to move your setsu into your second bowl, and you'll take your drying cloth and you'll place it over your Buddha bowl, and you'll dry it in this fashion. And dry the inside, and dry the outside, and make sure that it's all shiny and dry. And this bowl is made out of lacquer, and if the water or food is too hot, it can really do a number on the lacquer. And you don't want to leave any moisture in it either, or it may crack. You can see in this bowl maybe that there's a little crack in the lacquer from water being left in it. So I've placed my drying cloth in my Buddha bowl, and I've left out a corner like that, okay? So now I'm going to clean my middle bowl, and while you're doing this, it's an exercise in paying attention. So keep an eye on the head person eating oryoki. Make sure you're keeping up with them, or try to. I know it's difficult, especially because they get served first. So we're going to clean our spoon. So they get served first, you get served last if you're at the end of the line, so it makes it even more difficult. Just try to follow along as best you can. You'll wiggle off the drips of water, and then take your drying cloth and dry it, and dry it. And what I do is I push it through like that, and lift it up. And then I'm going to take my setsu holder, which is folded into 3, and I'm going to place it in bowl face down, and again place it in front of me. And then I'll take the chopsticks, and I'm rotating them and cleaning them and dripping off the water with some shakes, and then again with the drying cloth, just twisting them, twirling them, and drying them as I'm pushing them through. And I take this, and then I put these in here, and as I place these, I push this down, and then wiggle them down. And now I have them placed in front of me like so, okay? So now it's facing off to my right, the point, and it's laying on top. So I've washed my middle bowl, and now I reach my third bowl and my middle bowl like so. This is my right hand over, place it like that, and I flip it like that. Place this back in here. And I take my drying cloth again and I dry out my little bowl. The nice thing about oryoki is that you cannot do it perfectly. So there's always something to learn. There's always another level of nuance that you can strive for. And you can always strive for being more silent. And you can always strive for being quicker. Or you can strive for helping out your neighbors with their oryoki when they're having trouble. So the third bowl usually doesn't need much cleaning because it's either just a salad or a tea. And we'll wash off our setsu, and if it's during the lunch period, maybe there's some remnants of the offering. Now this is a key signal. When you watch the head oryoki eater start finishing up with the setsu, cleaning it and drying it, it's a signal that you should have already done it, because when he or she now places this, so this is laying in front of me, and whoops, you place the end of it right in that little flap like that, okay, and then that's staying in front of me like that. When the head person does that, it means that they're going to come and bring the water. And the chant goes like this. The water with which I wash these bowls tastes like ambrosia. I offer it to the various spirits to satisfy them. Om Kurasai Svaha. Click, click. And say the server has come, so I bow to the server. The server places the bowl in front, and I'm going to offer the leftover water I have. Some people save some, and then the server gets up and leaves and you bow to the server. Or if you've already done it that way, you bow to the server like that. Some people save some water and drink it. I usually don't, because lately I've been drinking filtered water, and I think they use tap water for that. But if the water looks like it has a color to it, it's probably just tea, so not to worry. And the water and the food remnants go out into the garden so that the little spirits out there can enjoy it. Also, I'll tell you, if you're very new and if it's your first time to do oryoki, and if you've noticed that there's leftovers in your bowls and you really can't eat it, or it's something you're allergic to and you've avoided, or you found maybe a seed or maybe a rind or something you can't eat, just leave it so that it ends up with your water, okay? And then you can put it with the water, so it's not a big deal. So now we take our drying cloth and we're drying our little bowl and paying attention, making sure you're keeping up, but not only making sure you're keeping up, but the seniors will do this super fast, the rest of this, so you may even try to strive to be ahead of them. So I'm holding my drying cloth in my hand, my right hand, and I'm trying to be very silent, but I'm trying to be very quick about this. And I take all my bowls and I place them in the middle, and I pull out the corners, and I pull out the top corners, and I flip the top over like that, from the corner closest to me outwards, and I reach the corner that's far away, and I pull it inwards, and then I reach. Now, if you're perfect at oryoki, maybe your napkin never gets crumpled, but mine usually ends up as a kind of a ball. So this is my left hand, and I'm going to reach the top middle part. You see this crease that I was careful to have properly aligned? I hold that there, and then with my right hand holding my napkin, I am reaching under and I'm grabbing the bottom part of that crease like that, and then I do it like that. Let's get this up a bit. So I've reached under, I've grabbed the bottom part of the crease, and I've grabbed the top part of the crease, and so it naturally goes on the crease like that. And now with my left hand, I put my finger like that. With my right hand, I put my finger like that so that I can fold it in threes, like that. And probably it's been ironed and it already has the creases, so you don't have to worry too much about it. With my left hand, I'm grasping the top. My right hand, I'm grasping the bottom, and then I'm flipping it like that and placing it over my oryoki bowl set, like that. Okay, and maybe you can see and make sure that my little corners are in the upper left hand side for next time. And then I'm going to place and you're doing this a lot faster than I am, and I place all the hard things right there, and I take my drying cloth and I'm giving it a nice little. Now, if you're like me, it's going to be pretty wet, so I'm just going to leave it on top there to try to dry out before the next meal. Now I have this, and now I'm going to go in gasho, and I'm bowing to my oryoki set, and I place my left hand like this, and I reach over and I grab the left hand side corner, and I am going to put it under my thumb and under my pinky and secure it. And then I'm going to take my right corner and and then this is up there, and then this I grasp with my front two fingers like that, and I hold that and I pull this under like that. So basically it's a very easy move and it looks really complicated. And then facing towards me, off to my left, I'm going to grab this corner and have it be straight up. And this is going to be the stem of the lotus, okay? And then I'm going to grab this other side, and this is going to go around the stem. I'm holding it tight, and then it's going to tuck in like that. Like that. Pull it up. And then I make a beautiful little oryoki set. Okay. Thank you. I hope that was helpful to you. See you in oryoki.